With the reveal of Anran's voice lines for her ultimate in Echo's copy ability with her Russian voice lines as well, or is Anran just completely being thrown against the wall and she's just being teased and Blizzard is just being really sneaky about it and they're taunting us and teasing us with Anran not being the next hero? Don't know yet. To a few people speculating about multiple different characters, I feel like it is my turn to throw my hat in the ring in my speculation of the characters that I would like to see in Overwatch this year in the year of 2026. Now, obviously starting off, the number one character that I am excited for and ready for and wanted to begin with is, of course, Anran. Anran is Wu Yang's sister. Wu Yang being, well, obviously Wu Yang being the most recent support hero that we got for Overwatch with last year in 2025. Anran being the more aggressive feeling sister. I personally feel like she would be fantastic as a DPS or potentially a support. Who knows with the way that Wu Yang works with his water. I strongly feel though like Anran is going to end up being a DPS. I had talked beforehand to my brother about Anran being a damage or a support. His whole thing for Anran being support was that she could use like cleansing fire, kind of like cleanse ailments and stuff like that. But then I showed him Wu Yang's cinematic elemental kin, and even he agreed that even her attitude pits her as more of a DPS hero. So either way, I'm looking forward to the character. Plain and simple. Now, I will say, however, I personally don't want her next. If she is going to be a DPS hero, I would prefer her to at least come second, which, yes, sucks. I would love to have Anran now. And if they do decide to release a third DPS hero very recently, then they're gonna have to make up for it with at least 2 tank heroes or a tank that is support. But either way, Anran obviously is my number one pick for a character that I want most. But spoiler alert, my number one is Anran because, well, she's already kind of confirmed that she's going to be coming to the game anyway due to the alt voice line being leaked already on Twitter. Thanks for that.
Scorch the sky!
Now after that comes somebody who has been shown off multiple different times throughout Overwatch's lifespan, that being Emery. Now, I would love to have Emery as a playable character, whether he is a damage or a tank. If Emery does come to 2026, I could honestly see him as either a tank or a DPS. Tank would be a pretty cool, pretty decent role for Emery considering what he did in Overwatch itself. Now, I don't know necessarily what he would do entirely kit-wise, but the Omnic Post talked about something that got my brain thinking of him calling down things to help him throughout the rounds and throughout the match and stuff like that. But Emery would be incredibly cool considering he's been shown for years since the beginning of Overwatch's lifespan, shown off as one of the first characters who started Overwatch itself, being a captain, going from Emery being captain to Jack, aka Soldier 76, to then being Sojourn in the most recent years. But, however, Emery did end up leaving Overwatch at one point and just deciding not to work with Overwatch anymore and never came back to help them throughout the recall for Overwatch that we know of. And it would be a fantastic time now to introduce Emery into the Overwatch world, considering Freya is now in Overwatch as a DPS, and in her trailer she is shown having to go and hunt Emery next. Another reason why I kind of believe that Emery would be a good addition and why I kind of feel like he would be a good slap into Overwatch now is the addition of the Emery main name in the streamer mode. It is kind of hinting towards Emery eventually coming to Overwatch, whether it be this year or next year. We are completely unsure. Now, after Emery, I could see the next person being either a support or a tank, which is very odd. Yes, I know. However, I could definitely see him working as either of them, and he would definitely be another oddball character. And I personally feel like it would be a pretty decent time to bring this character into the fray of everything, due to the fact that we need a tank and a support. Those are the two roles that are needed mostly now, with us getting Freya and Vendetta last year and completely missing a tank. The person that I am talking about now is assumed and presumably Turtle Thomas from the Yokai team, which the Yokai team, if you don't know, is Kiriko's team that she took over as being a captain after she started talking to them more and everything. Yokai team is a team of teenagers, quote unquote. They're teenagers to young adults working in Kanazaka to help fight against the uprising of the Hashimoto. Originally, the yokai were just doing their own thing, making trouble for the Hashimoto. Whether it be not necessarily the greatest thing outcome-wise for the civilians, they didn't necessarily care too much at that point in time, until Kiriko came along. And then Kiriko decided, hey, maybe we should work in the shadows and hit the Hashimoto like ghosts. Thus, that's what they did. Thus, the team name of Yokai came about. Yokai meaning ghost in Japanese. Now, my reasoning for him potentially being a tank or a support is support. He could put down shields. He could kind of do a Wu Yang thing with water healing in a way, considering he's more turtle-esque, and obviously specific turtles anyway, enjoy water. Well, all turtles still like the water, depending on the turtle. But either way, obviously, and being a turtle, Turtle Thomas, he would have a shield, like a hard lay shield, kind of like Brigitte or Reinhardt or Orisa's shield in Overwatch 1, or now with one of her perks in Overwatch 2, or Sigma's shield. Any of the hard light shields, I feel like Turtle Thomas could have a shield like that, or it could potentially be a dome-like shield like Winston has. Don't know. We don't know a whole lot about Turtle Thomas, if that is who that name correlates to. Now I'm talking about what name because I had shown in a previous video names for the streamer mode were added recently, that being Emery Main and Turtle Thomas. Turtle Thomas could be the turtle from Team Yokai. Don't know. Now the reason why I say that he could be a tank is because of that turtle shield. Turtles obviously have a shield. They can be tanky. They can protect themselves with said hard light shield. Whether he takes it off of his back and holds it out like Reinhardt or Brig, don't know. And the reasoning why I say that he would be an oddball is because Turtle Thomas, in the pictures that we've seen of him, he's an Omnic. He looks to be an Omnic, which would be great. And to be completely fair, anybody from Team Yokai would be great. It would be like, there's a good few members that could be oddballs, like the Tanuki or Turtle Thomas or the Kabuki looking one. But any of those could be great additions into Overwatch. Not to mention them being yokai, it would give Kiriko another person to talk to and converse with and have more voice lines made for them, like some of the others do, like Anna and Jack, aka Soldier 76. Another one that really struck my attention, obviously we definitely need another tank this season, this year. One that really got my mind going, I went through and I watched some of the old Overwatch shorts and videos, like their story videos or whatever, the cinematics. I went through and watched more of the Overwatch cinematics. And one of the first cinematics of Winston sitting at the recall, it goes through a big list of people that were in Overwatch. And one of them that really caught my attention was this lady. I don't know who she is. Nobody does. She doesn't even have a name. She was just shown in that trailer, or in that cinematic in Overwatch 1. I feel like she'd be a fantastic tank, and she could be a great paladin type tank, because looking at her, the armor around her neck, or like the neck brace thing, looks like it could potentially lead to some sort of like tank-esque feeling. And it would be great, because then we would have another tank. We would have more representation as well. Her being, she could be like a black female tank. We need more female tanks. We've got 3. We've got D.Va, we've got Junker Queen, and we've got Zarya. It's 3 tanks. 3 female tanks, mind you. I don't really count Orisa, because Orisa's an Omnic. Or well, Omnic. I don't know what to necessarily classify Orisa as. Horse. Orisa is horse. But either way, whoever she is, she'd be a fantastic addition into Overwatch. Maybe be like a paladin type tank, to where she's got like this, like a big hardy shield, or like bishop's staff and a sword, to where she can heal teammates and do big honking damage. She'd be fantastic. I feel like they could definitely do something with this character. They can definitely do something with all of the characters that were shown in that cinematic. My reasoning for thinking that she could be a paladin is because my thought process was looking at the countries that they have represented in the heroes now, what countries are not represented. And I was thinking that they could potentially make her like Vatican, from like Vatican City, and make her like a paladin from there, because unless I'm wrong, Vatican City is very religious. Yeah, Vatican City is fundamentally religious. So yeah, I feel like maybe they can make her like a paladin type tank, give her the ability to heal in a way, not a great amount, because a tank being able to heal would be kind of busted regardless. I'd say, even though we've got Roadhog. Well, yeah, see, even there, Roadhog makes it work. So why can't we add another tank, a different tank that can heal themselves and potentially other teammates? Just a thought. It'd be fantastic. Blizzard, please, please look at this, please see it. This should be an awesome character, and none of the other characters really have been drawn from that cinematic. All of the characters that were shown off, all we've seen from that is Sojourn, and maybe the robot dude that looks like Echo, because like we already seen Sojourn was shown off in that cinematic, in the big list of people. Sojourn was shown off in that cinematic. Now, whether or not they actually put her there to work on her entirely, or if they just threw her in there just to be random, I'm not sure. But that does show that obviously they did look back at the cinematics, they found Sojourn and worked on Sojourn as a character. So obviously they do go back and look into some of the old cinematics to pick from those old cinematics. And I know a lot of people are saying that they want a new mecha person, like a new mecha teammate as like a new character in Overwatch. Yes, a new mecha teammate would be really cool, and would be nice for D.Va to have a new mecha teammate, whether it be King, Overlord, Casino, Demon, whoever, any of those 4, because they're all 4 in the team, like in Team Mecha, whatever, the Mecha Squad, Mech Pilots, whatever you want to call them. Those 4 could all potentially be later heroes down the line. We have also seen plenty of concept arts and people making some of the Mecha Squad members look like they're in game, like kind of putting them into the game, like this image of Demon in the game, and I honestly strongly feel like it could be a good idea. There was also somebody that posted this image of being able to go over to where D.Va's normally at and it's just the mecha team logo at that point, and then you can pick which mecha squad member you want to play as, which would be pretty cool. But if they decided to go that route, but at the same time, if they didn't want to go that route, again, if they wanted to do that, that'd be pretty cool. I don't personally think that Blizzard would do that for the mecha squad in general, but if they decided to make all of them tanks, I feel like that would be a good way to incorporate them into the system like that, if they didn't want to put them all in just the tank line, which I feel like would be a pretty smart way to do it in general. But it's still a cool concept. But I strongly feel like any of those four would end up being a tank. I don't see how they would work as a DPS or a support, unless of course they decide to do the whole thing to like what they do with D.Va, to where D.Va gets, like, the mech loses all HP and then D.Va gets ejected out, and then you're running around as baby D.Va. Don't know, but a lot of people are wanting a new mecha team or a new mecha squad member, and I do agree. It would be nice to see a new mecha squad member put into the ropes and everything. It'd be dope. It'd be cool. Another reason I could see a mecha team member, mecha squad member, whatever, coming to Overwatch as well is they are already shown off on the map. There's a good possibility that we could end up seeing one of the Mecha Squad members later on down the line, or this year. Who knows? Maybe they'll introduce one as a tank this year. No idea. I would highly enjoy it. I feel like they need a little bit more representation. I feel like if they were to add any of them, honestly, I feel like it would either be King or Demon, because King is Hannah's rival in the team, and Demon just stands out more than the other two, in my opinion. Casino could be kind of cool with his mech, the way that his mech works and everything. Demon would be kind of cool, but yeah, I strongly feel like if any of the Mecha Squad members would be added, they would possibly end up being a tank. I know some people are speculating that maybe one of the mecha team leaders or one of the mecha squad members will be a hero eventually, whether it be this year or next year, whichever. Don't know. But there was a recent update on one of the maps that had talked about the mecha squad defending against the Omnix or Null sector, or I don't remember who it was. They were fighting against the Guishan Omnix, massive hostile robots that repeatedly attack South Korea's coast. There was a update on one of the maps recently talking about how the Mecha Squad fought back against more of these Guishans, whatever. So that's possibly an Easter egg to one of the Mecha Squad members coming up to be a new hero in Overwatch. If any of the Mecha Squad members did end up as a hero, it would be interesting to see how they work them into it. Whether they just die when the mech dies, or if they work the same way as D.Va, to where if the mech dies then they get ejected. I don't know. It would be cool to see another Mecha Squad member join the fight and everything, but yeah, I don't know. Heck, we may not even get a good guy for the game. Some people were thinking Maximilian. Maximilian could be interesting. That and Travis Willingham and Matthew Mercer can work more together again. But I don't know. I don't know evil side wise who they could incorporate, whether it be from Talon or Null Sector or the Omnix or whatever. I don't know. I don't even think that that Overwatch itself knows, like Blizzard team itself knows. Tank wise, breaking it down. Tank-wise, I would like to see this character. Doesn't really have a name. No idea. Should be interesting, and I feel like she'd be quite an interesting character to bring in. My vote for tank is this chick, this woman. Vatican City representation, paladin, bishop, be able to heal herself. Possibly a new Mecha Squad member. Possibly Turtle Thomas. Possibly Emery. We just need a new tank. DPS representation, 100% Anran. Anran or Imri, either one would be fantastic. Support, again, Anran or Total Thomas, any of them would be fantastic. We already know that we're getting Anran, so I will be playing her, I will main her, I will put in every single hour that I have to designate hours into playing Anran. But that's my vote. That's who I would love to see join the roster in 2026. And to those that said that Daehyun would be cool, sorry, no, I don't think it's gonna happen. He's just a mechanic, so sorry, y'all. That's my list. I'll leave the graphic here. Over here. Possibly over here. Might be easier to put over here. There's more space over here. So yeah, that's my list. Those are the characters that I want in Overwatch 2 in 2026. Now, probably we may end up only getting 3 again this year, which is perfectly fine. I'm okay with getting only 3, maybe 4. 4 might push it, maybe. Don't know. They could pump out 4. They could work on them. This might be the first year that we could get a DPS, tank support, and a 4th one, like maybe a second tank this year. Just a thought. Out of the ones that I want the most, aside from Anran, because we already know we're getting her, probably Turtle Thomas or Emery. Turtle Thomas more, because he's a more oddball character. We need more oddball characters, and we all love the oddball characters. We love the Omnics. So, Anran and Turtle Thomas, and the Paladin lady. So that's my list. Anybody that, if you want to let me know your list or your characters that you want to see come to Overwatch in 2026, leave a comment down below and let me know why you want to see specific character in Overwatch. Let me know why you want to see the Space Cat, I believe it is, as the next oddball character in Overwatch 2. With all of that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit all the buttons, ring the bell, like, subscribe, follow on Rumble, and of course, don't forget to use code CosmicKJ at w.gg for 10% off any and all orders. But with all of that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you on the next one.